This is Mark J. Boone, Assistant Professor in the Department of Religion and Philosophy at Hong Kong Baptist University. This is a video abstract for my article, Can Faith Be Empirical?, an article published in the journal Science and Christian Belief in the year 2019. Two fundamental questions in the study of science and Christian belief concern faith and empiricism. Can a religious mode of believing also be an empirical mode of believing? And what are the empirical characteristics of Christian faith specifically? I try to address these in my article. And I might also add that we're dealing with a fairly common perception. The idea that religion and empiricism are two fundamentally different or distinct or even conflicting ways of believing. The popular conception I often come across is that empiricism means we have no dogmas and we challenge authority, and religion means we believe based on dogma and based on authority. Now, if this is true, that religion and empiricism are fundamentally inconsistent ways of believing, then there's something strange going on. Not only are some historical philosophers like William James and John Dewey awfully confused about things, and not only are some contemporary philosophers like William Alston and Richard Swinburne and Kaiman Kwan significantly confused in their analyses of religious experience as a possible source of knowledge, but major philosophers representing five of the world's great religions in the 1900s, in those religions' encounters with modern empiricism, would also be confused significantly about empiricism or about their own religions or both. Now let me name them for you. I'm talking about the Dalai Lama, representing Buddhism, Sarvepalli Radhakrishan, who incidentally was, I believe, president of India at one point, and he represents Hinduism, and Allama Iqbal, representing Islam, and incidentally, the only philosopher I know of who has an international airport named after him. That would be Allama Iqbal International in Lahore, Pakistan, and Eliezer Berkovits, representing Judaism, and C.S. Lewis, representing Christianity. Now, these philosophers concur that their religious doctrines are truths that we can know through experience. If their analyses are correct, it shows that religion is actually surprisingly compatible with empirical modes of belief. And I go over this while distinguishing three characteristics of an empirical way of belief, a way of belief that relies on experience. One, an empiricist believes things based on experience. She derives her beliefs from experience. Two, she tries to test her beliefs in future experience. She seeks to test her beliefs in future experience with, when possible, when feasible, experimentation that specifically aims to test those beliefs. And three, she has her beliefs tentatively in case future experience, in case these particular experiments should undermine those particular beliefs. Now, all these philosophers will focus on one or more of these aspects of empiricism and will explain why they think their religions, as they understand their religions, are actually empirical with respect to one, or in some cases, all three of these aspects of empiricism. And I show how this their analyses, if they're solid analyses, if their arguments are good, are evidence for the possibility of religious empirical knowledge, and how Christianity, Christian theology specifically, actually measures up pretty well by empirical epistemological standards. And in fact, I also spent some time explaining how Christian doctrines actually admit, not all in all cases, but a number of them admit of the possibility of verification or of falsification. And it's not specifically the reliance on faith or trust that distinguishes science from Christian belief. It's more the particular method of testing, the particular method of verification or falsification of religious belief, or at least of Christian belief, that distinguishes it from science. I explain all these things, and I recommend this article, well, for anyone particularly interested in religious epistemology or interested in any of the thinkers I've just named. This article should be available at any local university library that happens to have access to the journal Science and Christian Belief. I hope in the future, if and when copyright issues allow, to make it available on my academia.edu profile and on philpapers.org. Thanks for watching.